Bank Reconciliation for Info-Sun Systems is a module designed and developed by Professional Advantage. Professional Advantage have been producing process automation modules for Info-Sun Systems for over 30 years. Everything we do is fully integrated with the Sun Systems database and designed to allow you to do smarter business. Bank Reconciliation forms part of our cash management suite. This also includes the B4B payments module that allows for transfer of payments from Sun Systems directly to your bank for both international and domestic requirements, alongside remittance generation and dispatch. While Sun Systems provides for core reconciliation functionality, this is not focused on bank statements. The Bank Reconciliation module allows for a simple one-stop shop for all your statement reconciliation requirements. It allows you to upload statement files that have been downloaded from the bank, whereupon you can perform automatic or manual matching against ledger transactions sitting in the ledger bank account. It provides for a strong audit trail and reporting as required. The module is compliant with all versions of Info-Sun Systems, including versions 4, 5 and 6, and comes with a large library of statement formats, meaning that you can download files from multiple banks and then import these into the system without having to perform any file mapping. The flexible and automatic matching rules mean that you have high levels of auto-reconciliation, while the manual function gives you options such as posting journals directly from the statement, balancing, and posting splits where needed. The audit trail in the system allows you to drill down to transactions in the ledger and statement that have been matched and unmatch these. It has note and reporting functionality on both the ledger and statement side and can work across multiple business units. Bank reconciliation can be implemented very quickly and give you a strong ROI. Bank reconciliation allows you to choose files that you've downloaded from the bank, and these will be in a specific format. We support multiple formats, and you can choose the format you wish to import. In this case, I'm going to import a CBS file, and you may add multiple files for different uploads, or additionally you may have a file that contains multiple accounts if that is the way it is presented through your bank statement. When you import the file, it will give you a dialog where you can see the accounts that it has found in the file, the opening and closing balance, date range, etc. If you are happy with the import, we can bring this into the system, and it will also warn us if there are any date overlaps in the statements that you're importing. In this case, I'm just going to continue. Once we have imported the data, it is then placed into our statement table where we can view this as history. On the left-hand side of the screen, we have a tree. We go into the View Statement area, we can see accounts by account number, and each account that has been set up in the system will appear on the left-hand side. This is business unit specific, so if we were to move to a different business unit, we would see different accounts. What you're seeing here is the account number at the bank. It is not the ledger account number. Underneath each account number, we can extend and see any statements that have been imported previously. These are displayed based on date ranges and pages, meaning you can very easily jump around between the data that we've imported. In the middle of the screen, we can see the actual statement data. Here we can see the standard fields such as transaction date, transaction type, reference, debit, credit, etc. All of this information has been imported directly from the statement. In the grid, we can use standard functionality for PA products to move columns around where we want to. We can sort up and down in the grid, and we can additionally use filters where required to find specific information in any of these fields. This makes it very easy to identify particular transactions you may be looking for in the statement data. On the screen here, we can see that some fields have not been highlighted in yellow. Others are in yellow. This indicates that they have been reconciled. So for this particular line here, you can see it was reconciled automatically. It used a rule in the background for bank charges, and over here we can see the allocation reference that it is used to match this against a ledger transaction, or many ledger transactions as required. Up here we have a manual reconciliation. No rule has been used, but it still shows the allocation marker where I've reconciled it manually. All data in white is still outstanding and needs to be reconciled against the ledger. This in itself is very useful. However, we can also drill down into any yellow line and have a look at the match in the background. This shows us the statement data and the Sun Systems line that is being matched to, and we can extend on that and see the detail of the Sun Systems line where required. This is a very strong audit trail, and auditors love using BankRec to examine this sort of information. Where we may feel a mismatch has occurred, we can also unmatch. This means it removes the R marker from the Sun Systems bank account and represents the line in white in the statement ready for rematching. To perform manual matching, the user will go and click on the Do Matching area. Under here, we look at Outstanding by Account and choose which account we wish to match. This then presents the data to the user with a split screen showing transaction data coming from the statement at the top and information coming from the Sun System ledger at the bottom. All of the lines that you see in this screen are outstanding and have not been previously matched. The grid functionality allows the user to manipulate columns, move data around, and search and sort as needed to find the required matching data. You can also group if required. So for example, I could group the ledger data by transaction reference and then group the statement data by reference. It is this sort of easy interaction that really makes BankRec a powerful tool. Once we are ready to do some matching, the user would choose lines on the top and the bottom, potentially a one-to-one, a one-to-many, or even a many-to-many if required. As long as the lines balance to 0, we're able to click Match. This would remove the lines from the screen, post an R marker to the Sun Systems Ledger bank account for those transactions to allocate them, and then these transactions would be removed and appear in the history area in yellow. The matching functionality is very simple, but it does also offer some additional features such as the ability to post a journal from the statement where required. So, for example, if you had a bank charge that hadn't yet appeared in the Sun Systems ledger, you could right-click and choose from a number of journal presets that you've defined for the purpose of posting transactions from the statement. In this case, I have a bank charge preset. I could choose to pick that preset. This would then bring up the journal detail as I've already specified, and by clicking OK, immediately post the journal to Sun Systems, allocate it, and remove this into history as a match transaction. You can do the same sort of thing using balancing transactions. So where you have a small rounding difference, for example, you could right-click, generate balance, and use the required preset for this purpose. It would then post this difference and include it in the allocation. From a Sun System side, we're also able to do splitting of transactions. This allows you to deal with part payments, part matches, this sort of thing, and all of the splits that BankRec carries out would be recognized in Sun Systems in exactly the same way as a split that has been done through account allocation. Manual matching allows you to deal with the transactions that have not been dealt with effectively by automatic matching. Automatic matching can be run at any time against an account by right-clicking and choosing the option. This will then process the automatic matching rules associated to that account, attempting to match transactions in the statement side with those sitting in Sun Systems. Where a match is found, it will then reconcile them and remove them into the history area. Automatic matching rules are very simple to set up, powerful, and designed to be configured by a user rather than as a consultant. Other useful functionality provided by the system is the capability to capture notes against statement lines and against the Sun Systems ledger lines where required, and for these to appear in reporting. Bank reconciliation comes with a number of pre-configured reports, but additional reports can be configured if required. Should you require any further information on bank reconciliation for Infor Sun Systems, please contact your Sun Systems provider or potentially take a look at our website www.professionaladvantage.co.uk.